said that he would be willing to pay whatever you want to fight Crawford.
Fine.
Yeah.
If he's willing to pay whatever I want, hands down.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special.
What other opportunity in life are you gonna get to make 100 and something million? Look at Evan. Coach Evan said 150, Bud. He think Bud get. What other opportunity in life you gonna get to make 150 million?
Canelo Alvarez, the renowned Mexican boxing champion, has confirmed his openness to facing Terence Crawford, stating that if the financial terms are favorable, the fight will happen. This announcement has generated major excitement among boxing fans, as both athletes are considered among the elite in the sport. Why not? I think Crawford is a great fighter, Canelo said. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight, easy money. If the money is right, I'm in. I don't usually like to fight guys like Crawford because he moves a lot and those fights aren't always entertaining. But I watched his last fight, and he didn't move as much. So, yeah, I'd take it. Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomack McIntyre, expressed great enthusiasm about the potential matchup, calling it a long-awaited opportunity for Crawford to prove himself against a top-tier opponent like Canelo.
Do it.
Why not? Why not? I think Crawford, don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me, easy money. So if the money is right, I'm in. Because, I don't like to fight guys like Crawford because he move a lot and the fight is not that great. I saw Crawford the last fight and he don't move that much now. So, yeah.
Terence Crawford is set to earn a staggering $135 million for the fight, making it one of the most lucrative bouts in boxing history. This massive payday highlights not only the scale of the event, but also Crawford's growing stature and influence in the boxing world.
First off, how excited are you about it, and break the fight down for us?
Well, I ain't gonna break the fight down for you because I don't want to get a game plan away. But I'm excited for Terence more than anything to get the fight that he wants, to show the world that he's great. He's great, one of the greats that laced up the gloves. And so it's my job as a trainer. It's a job of Saul, job of Red, whoever else is coming in camp with us, Bernie, to lead him to that win.
A lot of people make a lot about the 21-pound difference, the 14-pound difference, however you want to look at it. And they're saying that they think that it's just going to be too much, a bridge too far for Terence Crawford, that the size and the strength of Canelo Alvarez will carry the day, ultimately wearing the perceivably smaller Terence Crawford down. What do you say about that?
I tell you like this. The man must have seen something when he called to Canelo out, because you got to remember, Bud called Canelo out. So he must see something in order for him to get that win. And he know he can win. So like I said before, it's our job to get him to that point.
I talked to Jose Benavidez Jr. about the fight between Terence and Canelo Alvarez. A glowing report from Jose Benavidez Jr. about Terence Crawford, saying that Canelo Alvarez better not sleep on Terence Crawford because he is an effing beast.
Well, he been in there with Bud, so he understands, what Bud can bring what brings to the table. So he just giving that warning out to this, not only Canelo, he's giving the warning out to all the bettors out there that's going to bet against Bud. You fuck up and lose your money.
In a candid conversation with Joe Rogan, Terence Crawford expressed strong confidence about his chances in this monumental fight. He spoke openly about his belief in his own abilities and his readiness to rise to the occasion, emphasizing his determination to overcome the challenge and succeed against Canelo Alvarez.
You heard what Bud said. Weight class is for a reason. But then Bud and his team heard the TBV show. Then it's like, yo, you know what? Bud, we could throw the towel in. We gonna shimmy all the way to the bank. We gonna drop this 9 figures in the bank. We got you. Do we believe we could beat them? Yeah. What other opportunity in life are you gonna get to make 100 and something million? Look at Evan. Coach Evan said 150, Bud. He think Bud get. What other opportunity in life you gonna get to make 150 million? Also be able to have an eject button. If you're doing good, the towel never come out. Shit get ugly, the towel come out. They not about to just let Canelo beat on Crawford if Crawford can't handle Canelo. You understand? It's not gonna be a pride thing. Bomack been there all his life. Why would I allow that?
Boxer Tim Tszyu has shared his thoughts on the upcoming clash, suggesting that Terence Crawford may find it difficult to outbox Canelo Alvarez. He pointed out that the outcome could largely hinge on which version of Canelo shows up on fight night, highlighting the Mexican champion's adaptability, ring IQ, and extensive experience as key factors that could tilt the fight in his favor.
I spar big guys, you know what I mean? But I believe in my skills and my ability, and I believe in my team. I believe we'll come up with something that, you know, will be suitable for me to be successful in that fight.
That would probably be the biggest fight in boxing.
Definitely.
That fight would be gigantic.
It would.
That would be a big one.
This bout is being hailed as a historic showdown between two of the greatest fighters of their era. Scheduled to take place during the Riyadh season, the event is expected to capture global attention and serve as a defining moment in both fighters' careers, potentially solidifying their legacies in the annals of boxing history.
I think he can outbox Canelo. It depends on what kind of Canelo rocks up, and 'cause Canelo is very, very experienced. But at the same time, he's had a lot of fights, which means that, you know, there is a time that you do go downhill as well. So I don't know. It's an interesting fight.
It's a crazy fight. I like it. A lot of fans have said like they're not interested because of the weight difference. But like to me, it's like I want to see how he's able to deal with the weight difference.
Yeah, but the thing is, Canelo used to be a 154 as well, you know. So there is a slight weight division difference, but then Terence is coming up from 130. So
yeah, he's a lot smaller. Yeah, Canelo's like a little mini tank, man. He's like his bones are he's just a stocky dude.
Thick.
Coach Joel Diaz has voiced concerns about the noticeable size difference between the two fighters. He emphasized that the smaller fighter could struggle not only to land effective punches, but also to absorb Canelo Alvarez's power. Diaz suggested that many may be underestimating just how much this size disparity could influence the outcome of the bout.
Right. As you see here, Terence Bud Crawford is back training. Is he training for that May showdown with Saul Canelo Alvarez? A mega fight? That's a mega fight. You know, in movies, you have blockbuster movies like Star Wars, Independence Day. This is a blockbuster fight. This is a massive fight. Two of the best guys in their era facing off against one another. This would be explosive. And it's supposed to be Riyadh season, Cinco de Mayo. This is a fight that reportedly Canelo Alvarez has agreed now. That's huge. Who y'all got winning this fight? You see Terence Bud Crawford training. Is he training for Canelo Alvarez? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think.
Boxing legend Juan Manuel Marquez has expressed reservations about Terence Crawford's decision to move up 2 weight classes for this fight. He stressed that weight classes exist for a reason and voiced concern that making such a significant jump might not be in Crawford's best interest, potentially putting him at a disadvantage against a naturally bigger and stronger opponent like Canelo Alvarez.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. Mm-hmm. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. No. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. A lot. Mm-hmm. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Mm-hmm. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Yeah. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, right, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
Former super middleweight champion Caleb Plant has shared his excitement for the upcoming bout, recognizing the exceptional talent of both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. He anticipates a thrilling and competitive fight that will undoubtedly captivate boxing fans around the world.
There's no Triple G on Bud's resume. There's no Trout on Bud's resume. There's no Daniel Jacobs on Bud's resume. Canelo is the one that's fought the elite level opposition. It's Canelo that fought Laura. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ.
Yeah, but Bud is an elite boxer.
So you're an elite boxer, but you haven't fought elite boxers.
Terence isn't a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And Canelo, he's a top-notch, world-class fighter. Boxing analysts have been actively debating the potential impact of weight class on the outcome of this high-profile matchup. Some argue that if the fight were to take place at 154 or 157 pounds, Terence Crawford would likely have the advantage, given his exceptional skill set and extensive experience in those lower weight divisions. However, when considering a bout at 168 pounds, many experts lean toward Canelo Alvarez as the favorite. Canelo's natural size, proven success at that weight, and powerful fighting style give him a significant edge in the eyes of many, especially in a division where he has consistently demonstrated dominance.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimo.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and three more divisions. Two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Sports commentators Stephen A. Smith and Andre Ward have weighed in on the highly anticipated showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, particularly highlighting the implications of the fight's weight class. They noted that while Canelo's natural size advantage at 168 pounds is a valid concern, it would be a mistake to underestimate Crawford. Both analysts praised Crawford's exceptional skill set, mental toughness, and adaptability, qualities that have allowed him to dominate across multiple weight divisions. They emphasized that his resilience and ability to rise to the occasion in high-pressure situations could make him a dangerous and formidable opponent, even against a naturally bigger and more powerful fighter like Canelo.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside, and he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a big question mark on the end of it, though. So that's why I'm sure all of us are excited for that bell to ring and be able to find out firsthand.
Addressing concerns about the size difference, Crawford has downplayed the notion that Canelo holds a significant advantage. He asserted that Canelo is not an overwhelmingly large opponent, reinforcing his confidence in taking on the challenge.
You want to fight Canelo? Would you ever entertain a fight with Benavidez?
Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him, but the only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something, come in 190, 200 probably, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I thought that at one point when Volkanovski was champion. I had retired and I was like, dude, the only fight that I would really want to come back for, this dude's 5'6" and he's pound for pound.
Right.
So that's, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah.
You just size him up, especially when you're going into a bigger weight class, size him up and you see your advantages.
What fight do you think is out there now that we all should want to see, where we probably get more than we expected? What's the ideal fight? The game has definitely changed, and there's a lot more strategy involved now, with fighters sometimes avoiding certain matchups for various reasons. However, one of the most exciting and anticipated bouts in the sport right now is the potential showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Commentator Showbiz the Adult has pointed out that Crawford has yet to face an opponent of Canelo's caliber. He emphasized that the experience against top-tier competition is something Canelo has been consistently tested by throughout his career. Shobi suggested that this fight would be a huge test for Crawford, challenging him in ways he hasn't been tested before. Despite Crawford's impressive skills and accomplishments, facing someone like Canelo, who has an extensive wealth of experience and versatility, would be a massive step up for him. The outcome of this fight could be a defining moment for Crawford, revealing whether he can truly thrive at the elite level and if his technical brilliance can overcome Canelo's raw power and experience.
If Crawford and Canelo were to come to fruition, you see that being competitive still, even with the 21-pound difference, Jim?
If I'm Crawford, I don't want to have to go up to 168 pounds to get the fight. I want to somehow gull Canelo into thinking that it's okay to fight him at, best of all possible worlds, 154. But if I'm Terence Crawford, I want to try to make clear that there's no way you're going to get me to come into the ring at 168. That's your game, not mine. If Crawford is able to get Canelo down to 160, and so this depends on what I see out of Canelo this weekend.
Right.
But let's say he has a good fight, not a great fight, and he wins. If Crawford can get him down to 160, I make it a pick fight. If Crawford can get him down to 154 or 157, Crawford is, in my view, a big favorite in the fight. 168, I still have to favor Canelo.
Former opponent Amir Khan has shared his thoughts on facing both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, offering insight into their contrasting styles. He acknowledged Canelo's immense power, noting that while Canelo's strength is a significant factor, he can still be hit. In contrast, Khan highlighted Crawford's exceptional defensive skills, describing him as more elusive and difficult to land punches on. Khan emphasized that while Canelo's offensive power is undeniably dangerous, Crawford's ability to avoid strikes, control the pace of the fight, and stay elusive makes him a more challenging adversary. This comparison underscores the contrasting styles that would make a potential fight between Crawford and Canelo so intriguing: Canelo's power and pressure against Crawford's defense and technical mastery.
What fight do you think is out there now that we all should want to see, where we probably get more than we expected? What's the ideal fight?
The game is different, man. It's a lot of strategy going on with guys not taking fights and why they not taking fights. I like the Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez fight. A lot of people say,
So do I.
That I'm crazy for thinking that Terence Crawford to win that fight. And my thing is like, okay, well, if you don't think that Terence Crawford can outbox Canelo Alvarez, you may have to check your IQ.
You're not watching. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And there's a reason why Canelo Alvarez ain't jumping at that fight. He fought Amir Khan, which was, I think, 2 weight classes lower than him. So the weight thing ain't that
at least
big
a weight class. And he fought Charlo.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing with that. So that's a fight that I would really like to see. That's a dangerous fight for both fighters for different reasons.
Boxer Edgar Berlanga has acknowledged Terence Crawford's legendary skills and impressive achievements in the ring, but also pointed out Canelo Alvarez's significant advantages in terms of weight and size. Berlanga emphasized that these physical factors could play a pivotal role in determining the outcome of an upcoming fight. He noted that Canelo's natural size and strength at 168 pounds could give him a considerable edge over Crawford, despite the latter's exceptional skill set.
When people bring up Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, we keep bringing up the weight class, but that's not my thing. This is what I'm mostly thinking about when it comes to that matchup. Terence Crawford has never met anyone like him. Y'all don't understand the importance of that statement. In order to beat Canelo, you gotta be great first. Triple G, Floyd, Bill, you gotta be great because Canelo is great. Canelo ain't just a big tank guy, that's why he's great. Hit, good speed, accuracy, great heart, guts, shit, he's great. He has that X factor that only the great ones have. He fights more often than Crawford, at least twice a year. And he doesn't stop fighting. He fights through knee injury, wrist injury. If you're 6 foot something, if you're 5'11" or 5, it doesn't matter. He's great.
Between the two, while Terence Crawford is widely recognized for his exceptional boxing ability, Edgar Berlanga suggested that Canelo Alvarez's natural size and strength could give him the upper hand, particularly as Crawford moves up in weight. Berlanga pointed out that this contrast in physical attributes, Canelo's natural power and size at 168 pounds, could significantly impact the dynamics of the fight, potentially favoring Canelo despite Crawford's undeniable technical prowess.
Fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them? Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you can see the strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?
Stephen A. Smith has expressed concerns about Terence Crawford's decision to move up 3 weight classes to face Canelo Alvarez. He highlighted the substantial differences in size, power, and experience between the two fighters, suggesting that Crawford could be at a significant disadvantage. Smith questioned whether this ambitious move is wise, given the challenges that come with facing a much larger opponent like Canelo. While he acknowledged Crawford's status as an elite fighter, Smith believes the jump in weight could be too much for him, and the outcome of such a fight might not be in Crawford's favor. This raises doubts about the practicality of the matchup, particularly given the risks involved.
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out. You know what I'm saying?
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe to Knockout Chronicles.